Good evening, Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome to Bourbon with O, the cabin edition. As you guys can tell today, we're in a completely different setting. We're actually in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We're in a cabin right now, just hanging out for the weekend, and we decided, we wanted to come to you with one of my favorite people in my industry, Mr. Mike Palumba. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Mike talk to you guys for a second. Then we'll discuss why we're not sitting in my office right now. And, we'll go from there. We'll see where this takes us as usual. So, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I've had Truly with O. I'm about to have a Bourbon with O. So a couple years back, you decided, hey, let's get a cabin up in the mountains. We brought some of the guys up there. It was a heck of an experience. We saw an engagement. We saw mountainside vomiting. We had a hell of a time, but it made an amazing impact on the people in our business, and created an experience that really couldn't be duplicated working at Bank of America or anything else. And so then again, probably December of this year, you reached out and you said, hey, we should do it again. And I'm probably the most easily impulse person other than one other person at Cunliffe that I know. And I was like, yes, we totally should. And I just appreciate you having the idea and including me in it, and bringing your beautiful bride and baby-to-be up here to the mountains for the weekend. And I'm excited for some fun, some education, some business, some pleasure, and that's what it's all about. I love it.
So I know y'all can't see her right now, but she's behind the camera looking at me like, what? Don't you dare ask me to come over here. So I will not. I'm a lot smarter than that. So the cool thing about coming out here is I was talking to Mike in December after we decided to do this, and I was like, man, it's insane how easy this was.
Yeah.
It's insane how quickly this came together, and
how many people don't do it? Like how many people
right.
just don't do it?
Right. And for me, it's just like, all right, so why don't people do it? I mean, first of all, like we do stuff like this, and people are like, yo, dude, man, what do you do? Man, I knock on doors, man. I knock on doors very well. But I think
I knocked on this door earlier, but you weren't here yet. So then I had to look at my emails and figure out how to get into this place.
I wish there were people. I see people all over the place here, and I'm like, man, it'd be a fun little experiment to go around here. But no,
some people need to hit bonuses tomorrow, so they'll be out here.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But the cool thing about this weekend is it's not just a bunch of bourbon and some Trulies and food and Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, and what and moonshine and
with the cherries.
Yeah, with corrupted fruit. But tomorrow we're going to have a good amount of work. We're going to have 5 hours of crazy workshops where we're educating people, where we're getting educated ourselves, where we're learning about each other, and we're doing all that. I want to talk about one thing. Like one of the big things that pushed me to do this was Matt reminding me how important this stuff was.
Yeah.
And just so I'm not talking about that, I just want Matt to talk about like, why is this stuff so important to you?
Honestly, I think it's kind of important to remind the people in our business that, camaraderie is important. Do you know what I mean? Like, kind of valuing the other people in our business, what we've been through, being in the trenches together, working hard together. Do you know what I mean? And valuing the benefit of working hard. Do you know what I mean? I think that's extremely valuable. And I think that's something that not a lot of businesses do.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So I think that as much as we can continue to remind people why working hard is important by doing things like this, we continue to win. So,
what about you, Dante?
I think it's important to stop along the way and celebrate small victories. So you can only, motivation is very short term. And you can tell somebody, this is why we're doing this, this is why we're doing this. But I think along the way, you got to stop and gas up a little bit. Does that make sense? So on the road to where we're going, I think you got to give your guys some short-term fun and just go like, let's chill out for a second. Let's remind ourselves why we do this. Let's celebrate the people that we're doing it with, because success is a boring grind. And after a while, the people that you have are the people that you're doing it, that's going the same place you're going. And we need to check in, I think, at times with each other. So that's why I think it's important, honestly.
I think it's a moment of appreciation too. It's like I appreciate why we do what we do, and I appreciate the people we do it with. You're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't get to see you all the time.
That's correct.
So this is a great time for me.
My
to
wife doesn't let me
network.
out very often.
But it's a great time to network with people that do the same thing we do, just in different places. So.
Yeah, so think back to spring break in college, right? Let's say you live in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and you're going to go to the Gulf Shores for spring break, right? The destination is the beach. The beach is going to be great. But when you think back to that trip, where do all the stories come from? They come from the ride.
Yeah.
They come from the journey. It's that crazy truck stop in South Tennessee. That's where all the stories come from. They come from the journey, and I think it's important to remember that your life, your career, your business, whether it's our business or another business, I don't give a shit. It's about the journey, and you got to be able to enjoy the journey. And something like this weekend, it's part of the journey. It's part of the enjoyment, and it makes the memories, and it's the story that you're going to tell 10 years from now. When I think back to my time in the field doing sales, I don't remember any of the bad parts.
Right.
I remember the
Right.
funny parts, the good part. Yeah, man, some of the funny parts were bad, I guess. But you remember the good shit. You remember the journey, and ultimately, I think in life, in business, you got to figure out, cool, where's the destination, and then let's enjoy the ride, because that's the majority of your life, and this adds to it. The experience like the one we had 2 years ago, like what we're about to kick off now. That's the journey, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, the one we had 2 years ago that Alexis loved so much.
She almost got puked on.
I know.
I got puked on. She almost got puked on.
It would have been great.
I insulated her.
But no, for me, these outings are crucial, because I legitimately forget that there's other things that make like a good meal. You know what I mean? The way I think about things is, all right, just let's get the meat. That's it. In my business, the meat is just, let's get the sales.
Let's generate revenue. Let's
go.
open up offices.
Profit.
Let's fucking
That's
go.
it.
Yep.
I'm just go, and all the other ingredients fall, by the wayside. And we talk about if you want to run a successful business, you need a bunch of different personalities to do that. So when I come to these things, I'm reminded, I'm like, man, you could be so valuable. You are so valuable. Yeah. Like, man, I should pay attention to you more. I'm like, holy crap, I need to pay attention to you. I need to listen to you. And I always resist them. I always resist them. And the minute I pull the trigger, I'm like, oh, thank God I'm doing this. I was talking to Megan the other day. I was like, man, I always resist going on walks with you. But the minute I get out there, I'm like,
she resisted a lot more now, I imagine.
no, I resisted way more. Still, because I'm like, man, I don't want to go to walk,
baby. Oh, what's your excuse?
I know. I want to go to the gym. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. I ain't trying to go on a walk, but we'll go on a walk, and I'm like, hey, thanks so much for getting me out. She said, you had fun. I was like, I had a blast. I'm going to have a good time. I'm just so resistant to it. So, for those of you guys like, who are in my business all the time and stuff like that, yeah, man, we're going to get to points where we need stuff like this. And here's a reminder that this is so simple. We put it together in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was paid for in 3 weeks. It was
paid for
finalized
fairly immediately, but
yeah. It was finalized in less than a month of of thinking about the idea, of Matt bringing up the idea. It was finalized in less than a month, and I'm like, man, this was pretty simple, and this will benefit our business significantly.
Yeah.
Which moves me to the next part of things, which is, we have some major success stories coming in tomorrow.
Yeah.
One of them still coming in tonight.
Yeah, he's on his way.
On his way.
Missed a call from his ride.
Cool. Wow. Yeah. So one of them is coming in tonight, and we're gonna get some one-on-one time with an individual who's done what we're trying to do and more.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get, a lot of time with those guys tomorrow, which is going to be freaking awesome. And it's like, I want to touch on what we're looking to get out of this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not all bourbon and Trulies and, and getting into Ubers and, trying to be good citizens. So, what are we trying to get out of this?
To be honest, I think we're trying to gain a very big sense of camaraderie. I think that whether, even like Robbie said, whether we're in Charlotte or Atlanta or wherever, Kentucky, wherever we are, it's vital to be able to bring apart, those different pieces and, different areas of what we do, because networking is huge. If you think you know it all, you're wrong. You know what I mean? And
you gotta bring that back.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And there's other people that are capable of, bringing different perspectives on things to you. So, if I think about what we're trying to accomplish, I think we're trying to accomplish, a lot. I think we're trying to accomplish people being able to break through certain barriers that they didn't know they'd be able to break through based on the perspective of people that are in the same position of them that are breaking through them. You know what I mean? So, I think we're doing a lot. I don't think a lot of people, go out of their way to find a way to network. You know what I mean? And we're putting them in a position where it's easy for them. You know what I mean?
Well, there were rooming situations where they have to network.
The room upstairs.
I saw that.
The room upstairs.
Phenomenal.
3 tiers of bunk beds. They're like stairs that go up. Like,
I went up a
wild. You got the top one.
Yeah. I walked in there. I was like, yo, this is wild.
Yeah.
It actually does sleep that many.
It's
a lot.
It's really
Yeah.
Beautiful architecture. I tell you that.
kind of piggybacking off of what you said, like, I think one of my favorite parts of whether we do a cabin weekend or a conference or whatever, for me, one thing is traveling. I love just going to somewhere else. It's a refreshment. I mean, it's a chance to just
Especially if you go to the
scenery.
Redneck Riviera.
Yeah. I mean, you look outside, you got the mountains.
Yeah.
And
I got
then
the
the
only
hot
3
tub
black
out
guys
there.
in all of East Tennessee sitting right here, right now. It's amazing. I'm the safest
great.
guy in all of Tennessee right now.
It's great. You walk anywhere. You're like, all right, cool. All right, I know exactly where I'm at. Yep. Mm-hmm. We're good though.
So,
I love that shit though.
So what I'm trying to do is, as far as the 2 people that I invited on the trip, is that I just want to switch the setting up on them a little bit.
Yeah.
I think sometimes when you just break the consistency of what people are used to and just switch the setting up, you can sit back and watch them and see how they operate.
Yeah.
When we're just chilling.
Wait, you're bringing somebody who's very new to our business.
Yeah, I hired him, and before he even came in and did his first day in the office, I called him. I was like, "Listen, I got a cabin in Gatlinburg. It's next week. I know you haven't started yet, but I'm going to watch you this week, and if you do well your first week, I'm down to take you. You want to come?" He's like, "I would love that." I was like, "Have you ever been there?" He's like, "No." And I was like, "Well, I'm going to watch you this week." And I already knew I was going to take him. I liked the kid, but then I waited until last night.
Yeah.
He didn't come to team night. I called him. I was like, "Yo, where you at?" it was cool because he came to my house on Wednesday night. So I called him. I was like, hey, where you at? He's like, I'm hit the hay, man. I'm tired. And I was like, cool. And I talked to him on the phone about coming, and he was just so grateful. He was like, thank you, excited. And for me, it gives me a chance to see him outside of the office. People are going to be very different. Yeah. And the way he acts here, it's going to be cool. He's going to see people. He's going to network. He's going to be around people who are at the top of our business and people who are trying to get to that. And then he's going to go back to the office, and it's going to be like, okay, I've seen two ends of the spectrum. I got to get busy. So I just want to switch the setting up, break up the consistency of what they see, get them to relax a little bit, and then let them realize, like, oh, there's some shit that I'm working towards. Like, they talked about it, but I saw glimpses of it over the weekend. So.
That's good. I love it.
That's another thing too. Is for me, seeing glimpses, but also getting to have conversations with people in different, very, very different positions.
Hey, sit up. Sit up. O's dad's watching.
Right. Yeah, Mr. Tei is watching.
So my voice carries better too. Yeah, like it's really cool because I remember talking to you like in the summer of 2018, outside of the conference, and we were just chatting over a beer, and I learned a lot. Like the amount of knowledge that I can gain, even where I am, compared to someone who's newer, is. I mean, it's insane. It's so awesome. So for me, it's taking advantage and branching out. And I'm a social person, but also I like to be shy sometimes. So it's a chance for me to come out of my comfort zone, which is really important in anything that we do. Being uncomfortable is very important.
In life.
That's where you grow.
So people are like, oh, in our business, in this business, bullshit.
No.
Yeah,
it's
it's
fucking
everywhere.
life. It's the same ingredients that go into success everywhere.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Be
I think
on
that's a
time.
great opportunity.
Be prepared.
It's vital.
Life.
Yep.
Michelle's cussing you out right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Always on camera.
Yeah.
Always on stage.
Well,
you learn that shit in leadership.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, man. For me, I am especially excited for this because of the guys who are going to come talk to us, right? And one of the guys, I told him straight, I said, listen, I came into this business for one reason. It was real. It was real. It was straight to the point, and it was grand.
There was no smoke and mirrors.
No,
it was
like,
fucking
look,
work
man.
hard, and this is the shot.
Right. If you have the intensity to grind as big as your dreams, you
fastball down the middle.
And I love that about him.
Yep.
I loved that about him, and I was like, yo, dude, man, come out, talk to us, because I think, just generationally, people do things differently, and I get it. I do understand it, but I think, the way people communicate is different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the ingredients of being successful at anything you do is that different. Like, you talk about people that play video games. Oh, you know what? I'm going to be a video game star. You know how much hours they put into that?
Tons.
Right? Yo,
Tons.
we're doing this whole show, and I'm setting stuff to Michelle. There are days that me and Michelle work 4 or 5 hours straight, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And we put this out there. I'm like, holy shit, this is a goddamn job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh my God. Like,
Michelle doesn't sleep.
No, she doesn't. Which
she
I
just
worry
do my
about.
shit, Mike.
By the way,
just do my shit.
Michelle produces this. She's awesome. She doesn't sleep.
When we got here,
Like
she
tons
had
of
headphones
Adderall
in.
and meth. Apparently.
When we got here, she had headphones in. She was editing, and I'm talking, and she's like, "What? I'm sorry, I'm working. What?"
Right. No, she's always working, right? But here's my thing. I think this is so crucial and so important because we have people that are day 5, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We have people that are day 5. We have people that have been in leadership for 4 days.
You got Robbie, who's been around for 19 years.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many. But we have all those people, and we've got people here to address stuff, which is, look, man, to be successful, it's the same shit, man. It's the same thing. It's just
Keep fucking
You know
showing
what?
up.
Yeah,
Better.
thank you.
Keep fucking showing up and keep getting
Thank
better.
you.
That's it. It's
That's it.
But
Like,
again,
show up.
it's not our
Show up.
business. It's fucking business.
Look, it's business.
Like you
Just
want
show up.
to grow, you
Bro,
want to advance.
look.
Keep showing
Look.
up every fucking day with no excuses, and keep getting a little bit better. You
Business.
don't have to get a lot better. Just get a little bit fucking better.
Just be there.
Yeah,
Just
be
be there.
reliable.
I used
Be
to I used
reliable.
to say this all the time. I was like, look, man, I'm gonna just show up. I'm gonna stay right here. If you want to fire me, you do that.
Yeah.
But I'm right here.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'll be here every day.
You ain't gonna fire me because I'm not here. I'm here.
Yep.
Like, hey, man. Oh, you rode today. That's cool. I'm here though.
So my dad worked for General Motors for over 30 years, right? And when I was a kid, at the end of the year, every year, he would come home and he would have a new Cross pen, which is like a fancy, like gold pen. And it was for perfect attendance, right? And so every year you get a new pen. And so he always had a nice pen in his pocket, because back in the 80s, you wore pens in your pockets,
Like my grandpa did.
Nerds, yeah. But so from a very young age, I was like, all right, so you have a job, you've been hired to do a job. You need to show up to do your job. Like that's what you do. That's why you're getting fucking paid. That's why you were hired. You're not doing anyone any favors. You were hired to do this job. You show up and you do your job.
We've had this conversation about bonuses, huh?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, bonuses. I love bonuses. You can't run your business based upon bonuses. It's a fucking bonus. A bonus is for doing extra.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
A bonus is for doing extra. A bonus is for above and beyond.
We got magical Trulies over here.
Hey, Stone Cold Steve Austin Truly,
it's
baby.
Truly Bourbon
Yep.
with O.
2020.
Oh.
I got
so
one bourbon.
slick.
Trademark. Patent that.
Like, you got hired to do a job.
Dude.
Do your fucking job. And then you go above and beyond. Maybe we'll talk about bonuses.
Reward,
I just think the level of
we go on
entitlement
today's
has gone up, right? So like,
Hey, it's your generation, Dante. It's your fault.
no. I'm from the old school, actually.
I'm DX, baby.
You're
I'm
in the
Generation
middle.
X.
Old
Yeah.
school.
You're in the middle. You're
Young
between.
lion, old soul. No, I just think that like, I don't know. I hate saying our business, but I don't remember bonuses as much.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have them.
I used to get a $25.
remember,
I get a
like, just
$25
do your
gas
job.
bonus if I did 10
We
new
didn't
accounts
have
a week.
bonuses.
No.
The biggest sale
We did
I've
not.
seen, like when I started, was like $104.
Thank you. Ultimate.
That was like every product.
86, 19, sorry,
That's
19.
every product.
2009, summer 2009. When I moved on to the Uverse campaign, the most commission you can make, triple play, you sold everything, $86.
Yeah.
$86, triple play.
That was
Wow.
A double play. That was a double play.
Yeah, and I was on Verizon. It was
Fios,
New York at that,
104.
and it was $104 for TV.
But
and
92.
Yeah.
98,
and there was no
104.
bonuses.
Yeah. No
So
bonus.
to me, it's just like, what? Where's my?
Wait, what
And
was,
now people are ungrateful.
what was your bonus?
Yeah, it's unreal.
What was your bonus?
I
on
don't.
a single play
You
cost?
thinking
Oh,
on the stage.
if I got promoted to leadership,
Ain't enough.
if I got promoted to leadership, and I knew every single objection that a customer would say in the field, I memorized every single one. I got tested on and passed. Then the bonus was like $150.
There you go. There you go.
Woo! All right.
My bonus was like, hey, listen,
You still have a fucking
Good
job.
You
You
show
keep
up on
working
time.
here.
you show up on time every day. You have a shot to run your own business. I was like, what? Like for real?
I'll take
Oh,
that.
that's a big bonus.
Right.
Win.
You know that was a massive bonus. I said, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, this is interesting. So, most millionaires in the United States
Mhm,
are foreign born, like you.
mhm.
Why?
I think the main reason is we have perspective. Okay. We know what it's like.
So what's it like in
outside
Ghana?
here? So in Ghana, right? You know how people have homes and shit like that
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
Back home, there's no credit. You want a home, you better buy that shit in
You would pay
cash.
for it.
Yeah.
You want a car, you better buy that shit in cash.
It used to be like that here.
Yeah, like it's not
I
everyone
don't know.
here. Everyone here gets to live a life on borrowed time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the payment for that borrowed time is just a little more money on whatever they're getting.
Mhm.
Now, when I moved to the States, one thing I hated the most was credit. I remember sending my mom a long
Me
email.
too. I fucking hate credit.
Dude, I sent my mom a long email and I was like, I hate this country because they're forcing me to borrow money. I don't want to borrow money. All this, I hated it, right?
You have
And
student loans and stuff like that?
I did not.
Good.
I did not. I got a scholarship. My dad paid the rest. And then going to grad school, I got a full ride.
Yep.
You know, there was no borrowing anything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So when that happened, you know, I was just like, I hate credit. I hate all this stuff. And when I got into running my business and, you know, I bought my first house, I remember laughing like hysterically with my brother. And he said, "Why are you laughing so hard?" I was like, "I'm being paid for my discipline." I was like, I love credit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts.
You know what I mean?
It's nuts.
But it's like there's you know, there's a not even a misconception. There's a severe
Reliance.
well that
Yeah.
but it's like a severe and deliberate ignorance about this shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, yo, the system is not that crazy. It's pretty basic. The problem is it's not taught.
Someone's getting paid and it ain't fucking you.
It's just not taught. You know what I mean? So you talk
Yeah.
about most millionaires being, you know, foreign born. It's perspective, man. Like here, if you're too poor, the government pays you, right? Based on what we make.
Yeah.
Back home,
Well,
if
what-
you're too poor, the government takes from you because you don't have a fucking voice. That's the big difference. Here, we will take care of you because you don't have the ability to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Back home,
You don't even be able to take care of yourself.
we'll take
shut
from
your mouth.
you because you don't have the ability to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
That instills the work ethic from birth.
It's a fight.
I think it's the same concept of someone
Wow.
who wins the lottery, becomes a millionaire,
I had no
and someone
idea.
who earned their millions. Right?
Oh yeah.
So like, if you won the lottery and you became a millionaire, you'd lose it.
You'd be
in
poor again.
Well, yeah, most people
Most
who
of
win
them.
the lottery
Or
are
again.
out of that money within
because
like
they
3 or 4
didn't know
years.
what went into getting it, right?
Correct.
But the person who earned their millions, they're gonna keep it because they knew what went into that, right?
Yep.
So it's the same thing with people who are coming from, you know, because I wasn't born in this country, and so like I think it's the people who are like
What country are you born in?
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yeah, so I think
Hey, man.
when you get here, that's the first thing everyone
I'm an
says.
asshole.
Either that or anyway.
All
So
right.
I think people.
It's not either that. No, it is. You're an asshole.
Hey,
Mike.
man.
I'm quoting
But when
fucking
people get here, they
living
go-
color from
They're like, "Do you guys know what y'all have?" You know, it's a certain level of
Oh
do
my
you
God.
am I
appreciation.
the only-
Bro.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
"You guys see what I
Yeah.
see?" And they're like, "No, what do you mean? We
No.
always had this."
No, we don't.
And you're like,
No.
so it's like coming into something and that's just the norm, and then getting somewhere and seeing it and like, oh shit, I don't think you guys realize that that's not the norm, and that's why I compare it to like winning the lotto and just being you're an instant millionaire, and versus like I had to earn my millions, and now I know the difference between the two.
Yeah.
But you see, that's the thing, right? It's like a lot of people bitch about people not having money, saying, "Oh, they don't make enough." No. Look,
Yeah, it's nothing to do with it.
people having a ton of money in the States, it's not about your income level or your education level.
Spending level.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's your spending level. It's a lack of financial education.
Discipline
People don't get it.
and understanding. Yeah.
And saving.
That's financial education.
Yeah, it's the
They
understanding.
see it. They
It's like,
see it.
oh,
so
you
they
know,
have it.
yo, here in the States, it's like if I say, "Hey, can you afford it?" In your mind, you're like, "Hey,
Do I have it?
How much credit do I have?
does the figure match
Does it
what's
pop
in
up
my bank account?"
Yeah.
Yes, I can afford it. No, jackass, you can't. You gotta
Well, no,
eat.
It's beyond that. It's not what's in your bank account. It's what the fucking bank.
What
will
they'll
lend
allow you to do.
Yeah. Like what?
You
what will
cannot
they lend
afford
you?
it.
Yeah.
Like you legitimately cannot afford it.
Yeah.
Like disposable income is supposed to be after you plan.
And everything's taken care of.
Yeah. Disposable income here is like, you know what? What do I need to spend? And then what I have left, my future will get it.
How much level of like so with conversations like this, talking about money and just going a little bit deeper? Are you having conversations like this with guys in your people in your office, in your business, or are you waiting until they get to like that point? You know what I mean? Like, is this something you're coaching a brand new person on and teaching them how to think early, or are you just waiting until you see them as you've made some strides in your business?
I'm fucking 39 years old. I don't have too much time to bullshit around. So I'm fairly transparent with whatever I feel is necessary in whatever conversation I'm having. So I'm not like, oh, you know what? I'm talking to this guy and he needs to worry about finances. I'm gonna, I have the conversation when it has to happen, and it was very uncomfortable for me for a long time. It was very uncomfortable, and you just gotta do it. You know, you give people what they need. You have to give people what they need, and everyone needs something different, and they need it at different times. And you've got to be observant enough, and you'll be paying attention enough, and you have to have a good enough relationship with the individual where you can give them what they need when they need it. So, do I talk about credit a lot in a general meeting? No. But do I talk about it with the guys who are getting ready to go and sign leases and buy houses? Yes, I do. You know, so you gotta be in tune. You gotta be in tune with what do the people need. You know, so that's how I navigate that game. But I don't ever hold anything back. If they want to talk about something that I might have some knowledge about, I will fucking tell them the knowledge. I also try not to bullshit people. There's some things I don't know anything about. I say that's a good question. You should call Okletey. So I'm good at that also. Yeah,
I get the calls.
Call him.
I get the calls.
So yeah.
Right. But yeah, that's what's up though. That's what's up. So you know, we got more people coming in here.
BP.
You spent time with my dad, didn't you?
Yeah, so Dad had said that he hadn't seen him in a while. Pulls up at the airport and his dad saw his arminess. And he's like, no man needs to have arms that size.
Brad, can you catch it?
Yeah, hey, Rose has been throwing me Stone Cold style.
yeah.
There he is.
So the answer is yes. You know? So we're at O's third wedding.
Yeah, there you go. To the same woman.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Gotta
And
clarify
to his
that.
credit, he just kept going back.
Mhm.
They were both sick of getting married.
Brad, what's your quota? How many weddings will you have with the same woman? What's your quota? One. That's it.
I've always said my biggest fear is woman. I like women, but the wrong woman will ruin your life. But it's true. I've seen it.
There's a million.
Vice versa, the
That's
wrong
true.
man will ruin a woman's life.
Right.
So I literally asked O's dad, I was like, so he says that you said this, and he's like, yeah, absolutely. And then he proceeded to explain to me a lot of other things. Like, for example, I raised him right. I said, yes, sir. So he knew. The kids knew. That's not their driver. That's daddy's driver. That's not their cook. That's daddy's cook.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't have any of those.
Yeah.
But he clearly decided to get shit done for himself.
Fucking
and
love
he
it.
needed really big arms.
Well, it's
It had to happen.
fucking Eddie Murphy. That's fucking great. Like, that's it. Coming to I saw this movie.
Oh man,
And God bless.
It's a great movie, but Brad is right. You know, I grew up with a bunch of kids that were in school, and they're like, "Oh, my driver is here. I'm going to my house." Oh, my mom was pissing me off, so I shut my door. And every time someone said that, I said, "Ooh, what? What are you talking about? You have a door? You know?"
Shut. You paid bills,
I'm like, you have a house? I never had a house. I had my dad's house. You know?
You had a place to live.
Yeah, and it was like, you shut the... No. I'm shutting the door in my dad's house. You know what I mean? Like, I was very aware that I had not, I had not, like, bought anything. I was acutely aware of that. And my dad loves to remind us. He's like, so you love that we did that, right? I'm like, yeah, sure.
So that's one thing that always stood out to me. So when I started in the business, O trained me, and I'm a brand new guy, and everybody would like. I was out here starting to hear like a little whisper, like his parents have money. So I'm like,
He's a prince of Zamunda.
yeah. So I started. So I heard the chatters around the office. I heard the chatters.
He
around
owns
the,
McDowell's.
Nope.
It's actually Black Panther.
That'd be
So
great.
I heard the
That'd be
chatters
great.
around the office, like he has, his parents have a lot of money, and I heard like, these things, and I always questioned him. I was like, so why are you knocking on doors with me? Like, why are you teaching me how to knock on doors? And I gained a certain level of respect because I was like, you don't necessarily have to do this right now, but you want to earn your own keep, right? And I was like, there's people who don't have shit, and they're like, too good for that. I'm like, and that was always one thing that stood out to me because, and then like we were in New York when I started. Everybody in the office took the bus, and like 2 trains to get to our where we were working. He was the only one that had a car at the time, so I was like, my trainer drives, but he's still going in the field. And I'm like, okay, and it was a certain level of respect for having some shit, but that's not mine. I gotta go get my own.
Yeah, that was never mine.
And hanging out with your dad, your mom was so cool.
Oh man,
because they're just cool as hell, and they're not like you can't tell if you ask them a specific question, they'll give you the answer, so
Yeah.
But they're just super great people.
Yo, fun fact about your mom, so we're in Jamaica, right? And your mom puts me on this task. She had fans. Y'all had like African,
which I didn't get one. Thank you.
Fans, and they're heavy. It was like a ton, and that's what we were giving out as like the fans.
So they're made from original kente cloth.
They're heavy.
Yeah,
So
kente cloth fans, and they're like shit. So
fans are weighing on you. Come on, man.
It was so hot. No, it was so hot, and I see O's mom.
What's the next complaint?
The distance.
Like,
I'm about to get to that.
You should get O's arms. They will be heavy then.
So, mom, she sees me. She says, "Can you bring these fans to Megan?" And I was like, well, where's her room? She's like, it's down there. They had a suite on the other end of the beach. She didn't tell me that part. So I'm like, I'm running, and now I don't want to let her down because I felt like this is an important job for the bride. So I go all the way to the end of the beach, knocking on the door. They're not in there. So I'm walking around the whole beach, and I can't find them. I'm like, if I don't deliver these fans, O's dad, I'm gonna let him down. Like I'm gonna be that guy. So I found one of O's like cousins. I was like, did you see O? He's like, no. I was like, they told me to tell you that these fans, they really want you to deliver them. And I handed them off, and I fucking left. I was like, yo, I gotta get out of here.
Beeline away.
Dude,
yep, I got him. We're good.
So
I didn't get a fan.
They got there.
Yeah.
I was chilling by this tree, whatever, and I'm like pushing off the trees.
Chill by this tree.
And guy from the beach goes, hey, you want some energy? I got cocaine.
Oh.
I'm just hanging out by a tree.
There you go. That's Jamaica for you.
All right.
It is.
But that was a good time though.
Yeah.
It was wild because that's exactly who my mom is. And Dante, I hate to disappoint you, but I think the next time she sees you, she will ask about it.
We can edit it out.
No, I'm saying not this.
Michelle, don't edit it. No. Keep it in there.
Michelle, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about her memory.
Yeah, her memory.
She gave those fans to you, and she will ask you, and I promise you.
Well, we all got. I have.
You can try
He,
to
made,
lie.
he was successful.
You can try to lie to her. You can't do it. I swear, man.
He's
Try
so
to do it.
He's like, no,
Bro,
wait.
Bro,
I'm saying we delivered them.
Hey,
You
Dante, you fucked up.
You gave it to someone. But
Fucked up.
we're running out of time right now, guys. The gentleman who crashed the party is Brad Park. He is the one I was talking to you guys about. Very excited that he's going to be talking to us. But we got to go right now. But before we go, though, I forgot to mention Mike over here is the host of a podcast called Mic'd. We're going to do like a 30-second thing from Mike right now. He's going to tell you guys where to find him, how to watch it, and exactly what to do about it. So
Bam, go. 30
Alright,
seconds.
you go.
On the spot.
There you go.
I'm going to just hum
It's
and
25
ha for
seconds.
about 20 seconds, and then for the last 10 seconds. 3MP Atlanta. Click on the podcast thing. And then go on a magical, fantastical journey through stories from the past that are entertaining to me. And you might not like them, but I don't give a fuck, honestly. It's fun. It's something I can do for 30 minutes every Thursday. So I love you. And thank you, O, for organizing all of this. Thank you for having me and having my team. So appreciative. And this guy's my hero.
Okay.
And someday I'll have
I don't have
I'll
any
have
of
arms.
that.
I don't know.
There you go, Truly.
Oh, shit.
Hey guys, thank you. Appreciate it.
Cheers. Cheers.
Michelle.
Great. This is going to
Solid.
be the best one yet.
So I'm with you when the guys